virtual color analysis client recently shared a video on her TikTok where she shared that she was in complete shock around receiving a warm spring color analysis result from me because she had felt her whole life that her undertone was cool. And I'm going to tag her video below, so check her video out. But in this video, I'm going to walk you through how her warm spring result was arrived at. And I will say color analysis to me is a process of elimination. And so I don't really, like, obviously I think of step one, cool versus warm, but sometimes it's easier to jump to step two and go, think through winter, summer, spring and autumn and what you would typically see in somebody's coloring. And so I look at this, so spring and autumn are the warm home seasons in color analysis. I can't easily rule out spring or autumn by looking at her skin. And so I don't see a lot of winter here, but there's a whole portfolio of pictures and information that I request from clients for very specific reasons. And in this video, I'm going to go through some of the set of information that she provided and walk you through it at a high level, some thinking around the warm spring result. Let's just start at the current picture of her face provided. Now this square box here, I couldn't easily remove that. That is just where she had inserted a comment to say that this is her natural hair color currently, and this is her with her natural coloring isolated. So in looking at this picture, I can't easily rule out autumn or spring. So spring, high cheek color, autumn, there's earthy qualities to her complexion, but she did say that she had been in the sun recently, which might have maximized some earthy qualities of her complexion. But I can't easily rule out autumn looking at this. I don't see like bright reflective qualities and icy look to her, which would be winter, a cool season. So again, in the last photo, I didn't see winter easy. I don't see winter easily in this picture. Notice I've avoided summer, maybe summer, but I'm a summer, right? So I don't see like a smoky look to her easily. Summer is a cool season as well. And then let's flip here. This is a picture of her, I believe around the age of 18. Her hair is highlighted here, so it's not natural in this picture, but focus on her skin. I don't see bright reflective qualities to skin easily here, which would be winter. I don't easily see a smoky look. I see potential for spring, autumn here. Here's a picture of her more recently with her natural hair color and where she hasn't been in the sun so recently. And so maybe the earthy qualities of her complexion are minimized, but I see a lot of spring qualities in this skin, high cheek coloring, bright complexion. I don't see winter easily here, like an icy and heavily reflective quality to complexion. I'm skipping summer again because perhaps I'm not easily ruling out summer here. Now here's a close-up of this hair color. There is some warmth to it, in my opinion. And again, this is her natural hair color. Now here is one of her historical pictures she supplied with her natural hair color, but this is an over-processed photo in my opinion. So I look at this photo with a little bit of grain of salt, like because there's some lighting issues and sunlight is shining on her skin and what have you. But again, I can't easily rule out autumn and spring looking at her complexion here. And then here is her supporting coloring photo. Do you notice like the orange brown colored freckling on her arm and what have you? That's very autumn-y. I'm a summer and, I get freckling, but it's more of a taupe coloring, and I'm trying to see if it will come across on the screen, but I don't think it will because it's so light and taupey. There's this orange brown quality to her freckling. So let's just go back to her current picture of her face provided. And again, I apologize for the square box on your screen. Like I look at this and easily can likely rule out winter, but we're going to move into the color comparison process, and summer, spring, autumn may be contenders. Here's a screenshot again of the video that she has up. And again, this is more focus on her skin, and I can't easily rule out autumn, spring, and summer here either. It's a whole portfolio of information requested though for a color analysis for very specific reasons. Let's look at cool versus warm. Now, ignore her eyes, and I may, when I edit this video, cover her eyes so that you're more inclined to focus on her skin. Color analysis is about primarily focusing on the checks of your skin, jawline, focus and balance, and then when everything is in harmony with your coloring, that way your eyes appear more powerful. And over here, her skin is more bright, smooth, and even. I see her skin go shadowed, patchy, and uneven over here. You're more inclined to focus on her before the color over here. Over here, the color is swallowing her up. It's heavy at the jawline. There's more lift to the jawline here, and her face appears more lifted and refined over here. Here's another look at summer versus the warm palette, brighter, more even, lifted. You're more inclined to focus on her eyes here, lift to the jawline. Over here, heavy at the jawline. The color is disconnected from her skin, and just there's a lack of brightness happening over here, and over here, brightness is added to her. Yay, warm spring! To recap, the Warm Spring palette is the palette between spring and autumn. Her coloring has both spring and autumn elements to it. Yay, warm spring, and thank you so much to this client for granting me permission to share her color analysis with all of you. Yay, warm spring.